They can just try it real quick to make sure.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, and then so now if I go.
Oh, you probably need to mute yourself. Otherwise we'll get feedback because you'll be using the microphone.
Okay, try to see if I can do that now.
Test 1, 2, 3.
Check. Can you hear? I'm gonna get my lip gloss.
Paul, can you hear us? Paul, can you hear us on Zoom? Can you hear us on Zoom? Can you hear us? 1, 2, 3. Maybe I don't have it turned up.
Paul, nod your head if you can hear us.
Paul, can you hear us? Give me a thumbs up if you can. Hello? Paul, can you hear us?
Hey, Clark?
Yeah, can you not hear me?
No, I can't, I can hear you on the phone, but I don't hear you on the Zoom. No audio.
I'll check my connections because it looks like I'm dialing in actually to the meeting as well. So I'm talking on the, somebody else will, no. So hang on just a minute. And
Okay.
I'll fix it.
Okay, I'll hang on.
Paul, how about now? Can you hear me? Hey, Bill, stand that way a little bit. Paul, can you hear me? Paul, I guess he can't hear me.
Paul, can you hear
Test
us?
1, 2, 3. Paul, how about now? Can you hear me? Paul? Hello? Paul, can you hear me? Paul? Where'd he go? Oh, he left. Maybe he's going to come back.
connecting. I see the screen. Okay, you see me?
Yep.
Okay,
So I'm gonna mute my phone.
okay,
How do I do that? I don't
Okay.
even know how to do that.
Now, can you hear me through the Zoom?
no,
Through the
no,
speaker? Nope.
no.
How about
Um,
now?
yes, yes,
You can hear me?
yes, yeah,
Okay.
yes.
Just had to turn it up a little more, I guess.
Yeah, you could turn it up a little bit.
A little more gain. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. How
That's
about now?
good.
Is it better?
That's good.
You're good now? Okay. Thanks,
Yeah,
Paul.
good. Okay, good.
Still with us, Paul? We haven't started.
Now, okay, now, I hear you. Okay.
All right, Rotary Club of Lincoln. Everybody grab a seat. And the first item on our agenda is a flag salute, which Linda Scott has graciously. Okay, if everyone would please stand.
I pledge allegiance
Allegiance
flag
to the flag
States
of
of
the States of America
and to the
and
republic
to the republic for
and
which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So let's head to our four-way test. And Truman, where are you? Truman's in the back.
I've only been a member for 10 years, so I'll learn this, okay? All right, so number one, the four-way test, the things we think, say, or do. Number one, first.
Is it the truth?
The truth.
Second.
It's fair to all concerned.
Third.
Will build goodwill and better friendships.
And fourth.
Is beneficial to all concerned.
Last but not least,
Have fun.
easier to do this if you don't have to say it.
I know, right? So, okay, we're going to, you guys can all have a seat and we're going to have a little poetry in motion. Where's our poet laureate? All right. Mr. Alan Lowe.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The poem I would like to share with you today is Let's Start the Year Off Right. That's what I was hoping would happen. Okay, it's my great pleasure and honor to welcome you to a new Rotary year, one that is special since our first meeting occurs on the 1st of July, and this we should cheer. Our new President, Christine, takes her place in front of the room on the very first day of her term, something that has not happened since the year 2010, when Harvey Ulajon's presidency began. This I confirm. President Christine is not a newbie to this role, as she served admirably as president of 2 Rotary clubs before. We are fortunate to have such a leader take the reins of our very successful club and, with our support, achieve even more. Her presence at the podium as she subbed for past President Bryan on the last day of his term showed us what she is able to do. With charisma and good humor, she will be a team leader who will help us make our dreams come true. So let's support our president in typical Lincoln Rotary style and give her a big round of applause so she can begin her presidential year with a smile. Let's go. Give it to her. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Well, thanks, guys. That's a wonderful kickoff to this year. We are selling raffle tickets, so don't forget we're back to the raffle game. All right. So next up, we need to introduce some visiting Rotarians and guests. I'm going to start with visiting guests because we have quite a few, and then we have a little special presentation from a visiting Rotarian. Go ahead, Jan. Right. Go ahead.
I would like to introduce, I got it, Art. I would like to introduce Bonnie. You can stand up, please. We're going to totally embarrass you. So Bonnie is a dear friend of my wife and mine. She lives in 12 Bridges. She helps walk our 2 dogs with my wife. She was a microbiologist in her past life and just a dear person. So She's been tonight at the races. She's had a little exposure to Rotary, but please welcome Bonnie Hawley.
All right, do we have any? Okay, yes, let's get Shanti the microphone. There you go. Thanks, Nat.
I have a guest, and he's amazing. He's my husband, Christopher Landon, of 23 years. He's a math teacher. He's super buff, and I love him a lot.
Great. Looks like Pete has somebody to introduce over
Anybody
here.
else?
Kathy joins us today. We're kind of commemorating our beginning of our 9th year as a couple together, and which never thought it would happen, but it has. So that. But yeah, she's here and going to enjoy a meal. I think that's another reason she's here. So anyway, thank you very much.
Very good. Any other guests to introduce? Okay, we'll go on to visiting Rotarians then. Barbara, would you like to introduce our visiting Rotarian?
Excited about having this very popular person join us. She is Anne Browning, and those of us who've gone to district meetings know her leadership of Braver Angels. And more than that, she's a consultant, she's a speaker, she's a this, she's a that, and she's nice.
Wonderful. Thank you for joining us today. Absolutely.
It's a
Okay.
beautiful space. Thank you for having me.
Perfect. Thank you. We do have one other visiting Rotarian who's visiting us from District 5160. Mr. Edgardo Carrillo, did you want to come up to the podium, or are you good speaking your piece from there?
Okay, I don't need the podium.
Good.
Thank you. Before anything else, I do want to introduce a guest of yours, Sandra. She's a guest of yours, and I introduce her to you. Okay, you just happen to forget. Okay, my name is Otto Edgardo Carrillo Solórzano Armas Machuca. You can call me Edgardo. No Eddie, no Ed, no nothing. Edgardo. I am here in a mission. I am part of the 85 beach bracket that we have created a committee because everybody knows, being especially the accent that you are listening to is just to give you a touch of Rotary International, a native of Argentina. But I've been in the Marine Corps, I got in Berkeley, I have buy property in some city. That means that I'm okay. But the most important thing why I am here or why we are doing this is because we belong to an organization that we do so many things in the world, in the communities and the state. Personally, I've been in Rotary for 32 years. Rotary is my religion. Seriously, I believe that we do God's work, but we never think about that. And the problem is because we never talk about us. We all talk about somebody else and who we are going to. Okay.
Extra, extra.
Are we okay now? That was a good one. No. Anyway, yeah. Probably, yeah, because of my time as have, but it is very important for everybody to know that in my 32 years, I have a lot of experiences, but I'm not here to talk about me. I'm here to talk about you. We have people over here in this world who use their heads and we call them intellectuals. And then we have the people who use their hearts. And that's the philanthropists. And that is also the people who use their hands. It's called them technicians. But a lot of places in Rotary that I've been in the world, I just want you to know that the only person who have the three things at the same time is a Rotarian. We have the tendency to forget of us to who we are. And we are the best ambassadors for Rotary International because whoever is going to be a Rotarian one day want to be like you. And that's a personal experience. Now I am here also to bring you greetings for San Ramon and to let everybody know that being a Rotarian is a privilege, and that is for what I just said. And being a president or a Rotary Club is an honor because you are a leader of leaders. Thank you for your time and good luck this year.
Thank you, Edgardo. And we've kind of gotten away from the flag sharing tradition, but this is a little something for you to take back to your club from Lincoln Rotary. All right. And with that, it's time for lunch. Guests and visiting Rotarians would like to go first. We'll get started and then we'll convene in about 15, 20 minutes. You to eat, but I'm going to go ahead with the business portion of our meeting so that we don't run out of time for our speaker, because I know we're all excited to hear about what's going on for the 4th of July. But so for the next item of business, let's see if I can wake up my screen here. I am announcing Rotarian of the Month, and I almost blew it when he, short our guest speaker, but so our Rotarian of the Month for July is Clark Osterhout, and that means that he is fine free and that you are free from the penalty box and don't have to pay to share your happy news. It also comes with a prize. So you get a Rotary coffee mug, and then because you're a shining star, you get a Rotary Star pin. So I think we can all agree that Clark has done a lot helping us get our meetings back up and going, but also helped us survive during the year of COVID when we were all remote and having to learn how to mute ourselves on Zoom. So Clark, we certainly appreciate you for all your hard work. Let's give Clark a round of applause. All right, and then we've got some other good stuff happening with our club. I noticed that Shanti escaped before she had to disclose her birthday today. She paid? Okay, she paid already. So good, perfect. She was taking care of it then. We've got some other birthdays. Mr. Deerdorf, July 2nd. Perfect.
So as with is custom here for birthdays, you make a donation to the Rotary Foundation or to our club foundation. And so I'm going to do that today to start this year off good for the Rotary Foundation, of which I am the foundation chair this year. And so continue on with my commitments as a Paul Harris Society member. I will donate $1,000 to Rotary International directly from my IRA. So
Thank you, Art. That is extremely generous. That's a tough act to follow. Happy birthday. And then we've got Brian Ludwig, our immediate past president. We've got Clark Osterhout, whose birthday is tomorrow. And then I think I know.
And here you go, Art.
There we go. We also have an anniversary.
I was going to
coming
do it
up.
online, so you didn't have to do the paperwork, but I thought, well, he's foundation chair. Let him do the paperwork.
There you go. Yes, go ahead, Karen.
Okay.
It's Clark's fault.
My birthday, a seminal birthday of 75 was on June 28th. Had a nice birthday and some
Very
money to
good.
RI.
Happy birthday. All right, and we have, I thought I saw Carol earlier. I guess not. Anyway, Carol Orlando is celebrating an anniversary on July 6th. All right, so now we're going to get to our drawing. We reinstated the drawing, so we're going to see who's the lucky winner of the $15, and then we'll let you draw a card and see if you win anything else. If you pull the ace of spades.
Ace of spades. Put it in here. Today, you get $15, and if you count so it's 463926. 926. Last three numbers. I better check my own. Last three is 926. No. 926. All right, we're going to draw another one.
Going twice. We're drawing a new ticket.
Okay, last four numbers. 3505.
3505.
Oh, come on. I hope somebody's got it. I mean, I know it was a mess.
3505.
Jerry, and you and I put some in here that didn't belong in here.
Maybe you put both halves of the ticket in there. I don't. That could be a
Anything's
problem.
possible. It got a little crazy at the beginning. All right.
3505. Okay, well, maybe the
All right, let's try 3850.
3850.
All right.
All right, Bill Lortzen. All right, Bill, if you can come up to the front, collect your winnings, and draw a card.
The ace of spade. And it is club. So he gets 15 bucks. Thank you. And this one goes out of the pot. So there's one less to pick from next week. All right.
Right. So the proceeds go to help fund our club activities. So that's great. Thanks you all for contributing to that. So now it's time for Happy Bucks. And our Happy Buckster today is going to be Mr. Richard Pearl.
Okay, I'm going to be an upgrade from Dave Benio. Do not tell him that, please. But this is our secret, right? Or I'm really going to be paid on that one. Okay, over here, Chris.
I don't know if everybody knows that our theme is creating today's superheroes. So we thought it would be appropriate that Christine has her super cape now. So there's that. And if you ever want to go incognito, here's the mask.
Okay, first I've got a couple of butts over here, a couple of things I'm really happy about. One, we're back, right? So we've got Christine as our new superhero president. That's cool. We've got Becky and Ed back here serving us again, and they're here. We're back over here. Then secondly, I've got a couple of bucks because last Sunday I was working with Tom Indieri and his son and his fiance at the Placer County Fair, the first annual cook-off. There were 16 teams. Our team came in third. Woo! Okay, so out of 16, but we did have the best ribs, without a doubt. That's our story, and we're sticking to it. Okay, so by the way, on that first, when Eduardo was talking, who did that? Was that you, Clark? That big thing? Okay, then you can fill in. Okay, I'll come back. Okay, Art, here we go.
I'm happy because it's going to be 4th of July. And if you just give him a buck or something, I'll give you an American flag put on your lapel. I'm just going to come around and then you give him the buck.
What a deal. What a deal. Okay, who's going to be first up? Okay. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. We're coming down over here. Okay, let's go over here. Let's see. Jerry, how about you? You're always good for a little bit of a contribution.
Well, this day is auspicious for me. I passed the torch for the Tour de Lincoln to Brian. So I'm not distancing myself from the event this year, but I'm allowing Brian to be a leader in training.
Good. Also, the other thing that I'm thankful for is that we had, I think, 17 people sign up for our Rotary Safe program that we're working with the folks down in Lake Chapala, Mexico. It's a wonderful program over here. Everyone who said they were going to contribute did contribute, so this is cool. Okay, we're coming around over here. Who's got a buck at least to put in for the flag? I see Holly down over here.
Okay, can we do happy bucks for anything good, anything happy? Okay, so I put in 3 because I was fortunate enough to be one of the judges for the rib cook-off, and it was super fun. Got to eat a lot of good ribs, and theirs was good. Even though they won't tell us which is which, it was fun. We knew which ones were Tom's and his sons, so that was a lot of fun. And then also, 4th of July is one of my very favorite holidays, and I work really hard every year to help the foundation, formerly the 4th of July committee, to get this put on. So I'm really excited. I hope you guys all either watch from your homes or come out and enjoy the festivities. And in honor of 4th of July, sort of, I have something really exciting, and it's personal, so you may not care, but my husband and I have been car sharing for a year and a half because we've been we're looking around, we want to buy a house, and, but have to make sure it's in my district and like all these things, so I've been waiting. Well, now things are all crazy with the housing market, but I'm like, I really need my own car. And I have been wanting for many years. I used to have an old Mustang when I was in college, and I don't have it anymore. We don't talk about that because it's very sad. But we went shopping the other day. I'm like, all right, I need a car. And there happened to be one that just came on the lot. It's a 2017, but it only had 18,000 miles on it. And I got myself a GT Mustang, 6-speed. It's loud and fast, and I am a happy girl.
Thank you, Holly. And if you're paying by the minute, you still owe us a lot of money. Okay. Okay, Mr. Lauritsen, I understand that you won some money today. Well, it's only fair we share and share. Gee, isn't that amazing? Okay.
Oh, I was waiting for that. Yeah, not without a lot of flack. Happy books. Oh, well, I'm excited because the Potters are back on the winning streak. They look like a refreshed team. They've got hitting, they got pitching, they got defense. So fun to watch. Our A's are also doing a little better. And what else? Very happy to have Ann Browning with us today. A lovely lady, and she's done wonderful work with Braver Angels, and I highly recommend that organization to everyone.
Joanne. And now I see that our mortician has got a hand up. Oh, for the flags. Okay. Flag. Okay, I know Art's got a lot more. Anyone else who's really happy for separate? Do you have any separate habits? Okay, Nat.
I'm happy because my daughter is turning 39 on July 4th. And also her husband, who joined the military, the Air Force, at the tender age of 38. Yeah, which was just last year. Surprised her and came home on Wednesday, and he's not going back until this Monday, the 5th, which, so he's here for her birthday. So I'm happy for.
Specifically happy something, Barbara.
Wishes to work with us in a variety of ways. So I applaud her presence and her participation.
And we will accept all of your help without a doubt. Anyone who comes highly recommended like from Barbara, we want you. Okay. Anyone else before we close it out? Anyone else going once? Oh, whoops. Wild Bill, baby. I'm sorry, Holly took all your time.
This is a 20. Okay? And there's a reason it's 20. Because the Dodgers swept the Giants in that 2-game win.
We love it. We love it. Okay, anyone else? Going once, going twice, going third. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Richard. All right. Well, I'm going to take this mask off a little bit because it's a little on the itchy side. But that being said, just a couple of pictures in case you missed Brian's kick-out party. It was a lot of fun. There were a lot of happy, smiley, shiny faces. And so if you hadn't got a chance to see some of these pictures, I just wanted to make sure that you did get that chance. So yeah, a pretty darn photogenic group, I'd say. It's pretty nice. All right, so our next item of business, let me just share. I was hoping Brian would be here so we could give him his final thank you, but a couple dates for our club coming up. July 29th, we're going to be having our VIP tent social at the Potters game with a little pre-party cocktail hour at my house across the street. Yeah, so we've also got our date for Tour de Lincoln, and we have the February 25th date for Night at the Races is still a little tentative, but that's the date that we've reserved, McBean Pavilion. So if we can't get something a little bigger that it can accommodate more race fans, that's where we'll be. All right, and without further ado, we are going to initiate a new member. So I'm going to turn it over to Clark. It's a 3-for-1. It's kind of neat.
That's right. All right. Don't come up till I tell them to come up. I'm in charge now. I'm just kidding. No, you stay here. Fellow Rotarians, just kidding. Since I can't get fined, I can be a bit of a smart aleck, I guess. It's my privilege and pleasure today to welcome into membership into our club the city of Lincoln as a corporate member, with Chief Matt Alves, the primary member, and Sandra Cook and Jim Bermudez as alternate members. So they were proposed by President Christine Mollenkopf. The proposal's been reviewed in accordance with the Constitution and bylaws of the club. So now I ask Christine, Matt, Sandra, and Jim to come up here as we now proceed to admit you into membership in the Rotary Club of Lincoln, and so to the Fellowship of Rotary throughout the world. It's already been explained to you the ideal of Rotary is service. Our principal motto is service above self, and the object of this club and all Rotary clubs is to encourage and foster this ideal as a basis of worthy enterprise. You're to share in this effort. You've been approved by the club for membership because we believe you to be worthy representatives of your vocation, interested in the ideals of Rotary, and willing to do your share in translating these ideals into tangible realities. You've agreed to accept the obligations attached to your membership in this club and to obey the club's constitution and bylaws. Now I have the pleasure of asking your proposer to pin on your Rotary emblem, which we expect you to wear daily and with pride. So without further ado, we'll start doing that. So we also have packets for each of them with their certificates of membership, but Christine has to sign them before we leave today. So we want to say welcome to the Rotary Club of Lincoln. Fellow Rotarians, I'm happy to present to you Rotarians, Chief Matt Alves, Sandra Holmes, and Jim Bermudez. Please give them a round of applause as our newest Rotarians.
Want to say a few words, or are you good? We also have shirts for all of you, so we'll get that all handled. Sure, absolutely. Our screen fell asleep. And you might want this back. All right, are we going to get our screen back? Okay. Good deal. Fortunately, I prepared notes for just such a situation. All right, so just as a reminder, we do have some new officers and directors and committee chairs this year, which is exciting. So we're really looking forward to all of that. And we'll move on real next here. I didn't get any specific requests from chairs or Avenue of Service chairs, but do we have any club announcements about some of the work you're doing in community service? Looks like we've got Claire.
Okay, about the special for the Potters on the 29th of July. I'm going to send out through the email a notice about the whole thing with this information, but it's $20 a person. That includes all you can eat and your ticket. So, and just a night of a lot of fun and support for the Potters. So I will be sending that out, but you can sign up with me starting next week. But you need to pay ahead. I mean, pay when you sign up, okay? And whoever you want to bring your spouse, your friend, your neighbor, your kid, whatever. So anyway, just let me know, okay?
Perfect. Thanks. Anybody else? Okay. Well, with that, we'll move on to our guest speaker, Mr. Tom Indieri. Do we have an introduction for him, Jan? Perfect. Why don't you come on up? See, I made you look good there, Tom.
Right into the top. Okay. Tom Indieri started with the Lincoln Area Chamber of Commerce in July of 2019. As a former 3-term Colusa County supervisor, past chamber president, and small business owner, Tom's experience was just what the chamber was looking for. Tom is married to Ashley and has 3 children, a son, Quentin, and twin daughters, Ava and Addison. They moved to Lincoln in 2014 and have not looked back. Tom was really excited about leading the chamber in his new role, but 2020 had other ideas. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Tom pivoted from hosting events to more advocacy for the business community and formed alliances with the Roseville, Rockland, and Loomis chambers. The Placer Valley chambers have since created a new foundation. Many new programs were sponsored by them, webinars and events to help our local businesses get through these tough times. Well done, Tom. Tom is elated to be opening back up and is ready to welcome back the crowds to Lincoln.
Thank you so much. Like my bio says, Jen just read, I was so excited for 2020. It's gonna be my first year as the CEO, whatever, Lincoln Chamber, and then when COVID hit, it was just really mind-boggling, as you all know. But one thing for certain I've learned, this is my 2-year anniversary actually today, by the way, July 1st. So, but in the last 2 years, I got to know most of you, and I am I'm very proud and privileged to stand here because, I know how hard all of you work for the communities, your businesses, the schools. I mean, Rotary here, you guys are amazing. I wish I had more time to be more involved. We're always here to help you guys, of course, but it's just a real honor to stand here. So thank you for inviting me to speak. Before I get talking about the 4th of July festivities, just a couple other events that we're working on. Placer Valley Eats. If you remember last year, when everything was just takeout and there was some delivery starting, the Rockland, Roseville, Loomis, and Lincoln Chamber started Placer Valley Eats. And what that was a virtual program guide that we created with each city's as many restaurants and wineries and breweries as we could get on the guide. And what it was each chamber would promote that whoever's week it was. So next week, July 5th, is Roseville. We're going to be promoting Roseville businesses for that 1 week, and then the following week will be Rockland. And so anyway, it was a really cool event last year. Some restaurants were actually kind of overwhelmed because so many different areas of the community came out and supported him, which was exactly what we wanted to do. But I did hear a little bit of flack from some. We couldn't keep up. I said, well, I don't feel sorry for sending you so much business. But anyway, and then Lincoln this year is July 19th to 25th. So watch out for the guides. We're going to put them on Facebook, our website. You just basically download it, print it out, and you can go around and look at the different restaurants. We just added Oliver's Brew House is a new restaurant. The Waffle Shop has been added this year, and Tres Hermanas Taqueria. There are 3 new restaurants in our guide. But anyway, it's just a real cool event. Please go out and support it. So also we're working on getting our mixers back, our networking mixers, and our breakfast. Everyone's so excited. We're getting starting on our new breakfast schedule. We're going to be right here at the Women's Club exclusively. We're going to be doing it's the 4th Wednesday of each month. So I believe it's July 28th will be our first breakfast right here. I believe it starts at 7:30 or 7:30. And the first sponsor we have is Balanced Staffing, which most of you know right now hiring is one of the biggest issues for our business community. So we thought it was appropriate to have Balanced Staffing because they do job fairs and help with all that. So we're going to have them here. Hopefully they can help if someone does need help in their business for hiring. So, and then let's see, I had to make some notes here because we have so many events that we're starting to work on. August 21st, Claire and I are on the car show committee. We have our downtown Lincoln car show. We're going to have probably about 300 to 350 cars. It's a great day. I'm sure most of you will do it. Takes over the whole downtown. The chamber is going to be doing, quote, the town barbecue. We're going to be in the plaza doing some barbecue. And it's just going to be a great event. Claire is chairman of the raffle committee. So if any of you have any raffle items or promotional items for your business, if you want to donate, see Claire. We have about 25 raffle items right now, but hopefully we'll have about 25 to 30 more. They usually get quite a few raffle items. It's real popular at the car show. And we also are working on Showcase, our Taste of Lincoln Showcase, Downtown Showcase. So that's going to be September 25th. It's been amazing the people that have already called, hey, we want to be involved in Showcase. And so we're going to start pushing that out next week also. We're just trying to get through the 4th. Kristen and I, we're just trying to get to the 4th of July, get the parade over with. It's such a fun day, but there's just so much preparation that goes into that. And Kristen deserves 99% of the applause because she's there on the phone every day. It's just crazy this week with the parade stuff. So again, I want to thank Kristen for all her work on that. 4th of July, we have some flyers. We're going to set somewhere at the end of the tables here. So when you leave, just grab a flyer. On the back of the flyer also, it has a parade route, and it has the horseshoe tournament that's going on that day, the pancake breakfast, kind of little reminders for that day. But on the flyer itself, 7 a.m. to 10, that's the pancake breakfast right over here at the Vets Hall. So if you're hungry, send people over. We've been getting quite a few calls out of the area, like 707 numbers as I'm calling, asking about wanting to bring their family to the parade and the pancake breakfast and what else is going on. So all week long, Krista and I have been, repeating this flyer. It's just a lot of phone calls. which is great. At 10 o'clock, so 10 o'clock sharp, we're starting our parade. It's going to be in the same location. It starts right over here on A and 5th Street. So we'll be lined up down the streets and coming around, and it starts right here on A Street. We'll be coming up. And this year, we're kind of going back to when I first moved here, the parade went down F Street right in front of Los Gallos in the chamber. So this year, we're going to do the same parade route. We're going to go down 5th and then take a right on F Street. We wanted to kind of avoid Lincoln Boulevard. Chief Al's, like I told him the other day, I said, we're trying to make it as easy as we can for the city staff. Closing down Lincoln Boulevard is a pretty big task. So we figured if we can help out, I kind of worked all this out with Jennifer Hansen months ago, not knowing she was leaving, but no wonder why she was so nice. Oh yeah, whatever you want to do. But anyway, yeah, she was like, oh, that sounds great. But anyway, yeah, we're going to go down F Street. And of course, I end right here at 7th by City Hall. So we're looking forward to a great turnout for the parade. Again, every other phone calls regarding the parade or the 4th of July right now. After the parade, and that's probably about 11:15 to 11:30, we have 60 entries, which will probably take about an hour and 15 minutes to go through. After the parade, we're going to, the horseshoe sign up start out here at McBean. 12 o'clock is when the horseshoe tournament, I believe, starts. And that's when the pool is going to open up to the public. So 12 o'clock, everything really kicks off. 2 p.m. is when the food vendors are going to start. And I think they finally got everybody, all the food vendors. I know for a while they were going back and forth. They wanted a few more vendors, but we had a phone call today of someone wanting to be a food vendor. So I gave him Anthony's number to check in. But so anyway, 2 o'clock, the food vendors begin. 3 o'clock is the kids zone. It's a free kids zone. So tell your kids and grandkids and great grandchildren, get out there. It's a free kids zone. They have a mechanical bull, a rock wall. So it's going to be fun. I mean, this is such a great day. Again, that's at 3 o'clock. Also at 3 o'clock, they're going to start having some of the live bands and the DJ are going to start playing. And of course, 6:05 is the first pitch for the Potters game. So that's at 6:05. And then right around 9:15, 9:30, of course, the fireworks will go off. So it's a full day. It's one of my favorite, I think Holly said earlier, one of her favorite holidays. Fourth of July to me, as a young child, growing up in Colusa County, pretty rural, I lived for working in fireworks stands. I mean, obviously way back then, kids can work in fireworks stands, but my baseball team, our Little League team, I could not wait to sell fireworks and go through the taxes, learn how to do tax and all that. I don't know why, I just loved all that. Taxing my friends. But anyway, and that's when we learned how to pound those piccolo peeps and blow them up behind the stand. I mean, we got in so much trouble, but they let us do it every year. But anyway, no, that 4th of July means a lot to me and as most of us. So again, it's going to be a great day. We have so many sponsors to thank. Look at the flyer and just really, it's pretty amazing. Again, you all know because you guys give so much, but the community really kicks in when it needs to. And of course, with COVID, we didn't know what we were doing until June 15th, to be honest with you. The city was pretty good working with us, but everything kind of hinged on if we're opening up or not. So that was a big part of, some of the confusion that was out there about the parade and this and that. Well, we didn't have it okay until just recently. Chris and I put it out that we're planning the parade, we're doing the parade, with the caveat that we open up. So, we may do some COVID protocols. We're going to probably have some masks and sanitizers on the parade route if someone does want them. If they feel unsafe, I assume they'd bring their own, but we're going to have some of that out. We're trying to do everything we can to work with the city and to have a safe event. And speaking of safe event, this year we're really emphasizing no throwing of candy or any promotional items. We're just, we're using COVID as an excuse, but but we do have some close calls every year, you know, with kids running up. Now they seem to run right up to the floats and the entries to get candy, and it is getting a little, I mean, again, it's a piece of Americana. I understand that, but we're trying to avoid some of the issues that are out there. In fact, my first parade, 2019, I got a call from a gentleman that said he got sprayed, his camera got sprayed with some water. And I said, well, I'm sorry, but it's the parade. You know, you're taking pictures and and he wanted the city and the chamber to buy him a new camera. I said, well, is the camera destroyed? He goes, I don't know. I won't know for 2-3 weeks till it dries out. And I said, well, let me know in 2 or 3 weeks, but it's doubtful we're going to pay for your camera. He said he was single. Anyway, my first, like I said, first week on the job is just all this crazy stuff. But anyway, is there any questions regarding 4th of July? I'll try and answer the best I can, but we do have a bunch of flyers here for you. I can take some questions, and I got some other things I can talk about too, about the chamber, what we're doing, and some of the collaboration with the city.
How much more funds does the fireworks need to get?
You know, I was going to call Anthony right before this, and I didn't. I'm actually cooking for Shanti tonight at her event, so I was running back and forth. But I think they're still shy quite a bit. If you look at the stuff he's been posting on Facebook, or Holly might know. Holly? Yeah, yeah, Anthony sent me that quote, and I think it's 4 people and some of the barricade. I mean, for $17,000. For next year, I suggest, I have a friend who works for PG&E, and he works with all these companies some of the quotes that came in, and he thinks he can get it for half that, no problem. So PG&E, I said, well, you guys can use some good PR, so you know. But no, it's crazy expensive to put this on, and you know, it's such an amazing event. So hopefully, it's of course it's worth it, but it's very expensive. And you know, Tires Direct, you know, they chipped in $10,000 what 2 weeks ago. So. So cool, yeah. It's going to be a great event. Was there another question? Yeah.
Any of the people along the parade route? I know there was some talk originally for cloud. There was maybe pre-COVID, so is there to spread the people out?
We were talking about that months and months ago, but now with the guidelines are pretty, you know, outside events. I talked to Mike Romero with the county number 2 in the health department. He's the guy who did all the vaccination clinics and stuff. And he said, you know, I met with him 2 weeks ago, and he said, Tom, there's no, if you want to do some COVID protocols, go ahead. It's great, but they're fine with the crowds outside. So that was straight from number 2 guy at the county. Speaking of that, I wanted to just say a few words about the relationships that you know, the DLA has. Joanne's on a lot of the calls that I'm on, and you know, we have a weekly call with the county, the chambers, again, Pam and Joanne from the DLA, the cities, and it's really been quite amazing how we have a seat at the table on a lot of this stuff. Again, when you're talking with, you know, Dr. Oldham or Mike Romero from the county, and you're getting the straight up answer of this or that. One of our men, well, Mark Lester, our president of the chamber at SPI out here, was asking about doing a mobile clinic, vaccination clinic, because he has multiple different shifts for if you're vaccinated or not out here. So he asked me to ask the health department, will they do a mobile clinic? Well, lo and behold, I asked Michael at the meeting, and he said, yeah, of course, we can do it tomorrow. So, you know, I got back to Mark, and Mark was just, you know, him and his bosses were amazed that, you know, the county was able to come out within a day or two and vaccinate 100 people. So that's one thing when people ask me about the chamber, you know, well, what do you do really? What's my membership? You know, a third of the people who join the chamber, it's just to support the chamber. You know, they just want to support us. The other third, you know, they want their ROI. You know, they're involved in the events, and they promote themselves with, you know, networking, which is great, awesome. And then the other third, you know, are kind of enjoy the benefits of behind the scenes what we do. You know, again, Joanne's on most of those calls that I'm on, and the relationships that we're forming. I don't know what it was like before I was here. And quite frankly, I don't care. When I'm talking to elected officials, I just want to go forward. You know, a lot of times people bring up past stuff that happened here, there, or wherever. And I said, I'm kind of blunt. I said, quite frankly, I don't really care. I just want to move forward. I'm Tom Indieri. I'm not CEO from 5 years ago or something. So, so our relationship has been pretty amazing. And again, being able to make the phone calls, and it's not about asking for favors. That's not it at all. It's about those relationships that we're making. And when you do call them with an issue, they know you, they trust you, and they'll hopefully try and do something about that issue. So that's what I tell a lot of the newer chamber members. It's all the stuff behind the scenes that happens that you don't see. The events are easy to see. You'll see the parade and showcase and whatever else we do, you know, in the community, car shows and mixers, but behind the scenes and all those meetings and all that stuff, it's the real important stuff that a lot of the members are starting to recognize now for what the efforts that we're putting into this. So with that, that's about all I really have for today.
Any other questions? Looks like Claire, do you have a question?
I'm really involved in the chamber, and this man has done so much during the COVID this year. You have no idea the way he has brought in new members. We're getting more members, 10 and 12 a month, which is unbelievable. And these are businesses here, local businesses who see what's going on. So, you know, it's not just, like you said, the events, it's the government stuff. How can I help the businesses? What can I do? He walked every single street, every single business during the beginning of the COVID and handed out all the supplies they needed and went back and got more if they needed. Anyway, we're really, really fortunate to have this man in charge.
You know, yeah, and I do want to thank Richard right here. We've done several fundraisers with the Women's Club and the veterans across the street. We did what, 3 or 4 drive-through dinners, I believe, all together. We raised between all of them probably about 15, 16,000, 17,000. And Richard, I had him help at the one we did with the Women's Club with the ribs. We did 100 racks of ribs, and boy, I was about 8 hours of pain, you know, just trying to shake it off our feet, you know, and of course it was raining that night. And so Richard really helped. And of course, a lot of you helped, but anyway, Richard, you know, at the rib cook-off this Sunday, same thing. So thank you, Richard, for all your help at all these. Yeah. There's a little QR code. This one, I don't think it's probably not clear enough, to be honest with you. I would probably just let's see. How can we do this, Kristen? Yeah.
Holly will take your check right now.
Yeah, yeah. If you go to the Facebook page, especially, yeah, that you can donate right there. It's pretty simple. Any other questions? Yeah, John.
Well, I kind of want to echo what Claire said. Tom has really been a huge asset. We've worked together a lot. And one of the things that he did behind the scenes was when we had some money from the county to give out to our businesses, he did an awesome job of putting together spreadsheets and stuff. I was impressed. He really went to town on that. And we were able to give a bunch of businesses here some money that really made a difference to them. The other thing I just want to say, we had a DLA board meeting this morning and we are charging ahead. I think it's exciting. Christmas is back. We are going to have Christmas Santa will be there. We'll have the vendors and we're closing down Lincoln Boulevard. Sorry, Matt. The interim city manager has agreed. So we'll have Kick Up the Dust to be October 2nd downtown, line dancing stuff. And our food trucks, we're having one food truck frenzy, and that's September 7th. So look forward to having our downtown back.
Yes. Well, we were just talking about it at our ambassador meeting today about Kick Up the Dust. So October 2nd, Claire, we'll report out to our ambassadors.
Wonderful.
So, but thank you all.
Thank you. So Tom, we have a little tradition here in Rotary. We donate a book to the Children's Library, and so here's a pen. You can sign it, and that is actually a Rotary pen, so you can keep that and think about us every time you sign your John Hancock. There's that too. Very much, Tom. One last round of applause for Tom and all the work he's doing for us. All right. Trying to share my screen again because he took me down. I understand. Okay, I'm hitting share content screen. Yes. Nope, this is a little techier than, there it is. Okay. Ooh, a little techier than I'm used to. Okay, so Tom, again, thank you. That was amazing. Our speaker for next week was mentioned briefly during our meeting, and it's me, Matthew Oliver of the Antler Steakhouse and Oliver's Brew House and Grill, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about what all was involved with him getting a brand new restaurant, bar, cigar bar, whiskey bar up and going during a time of COVID. And I'm sure he'll talk about some of the challenges he's had in hiring as well. We've heard a little bit about it. So that should be a great speaker next week. Hope you can all be here. And then just a little a thought as we head out the door to serve Rotary and serve our community, and that's Fear has two meanings: forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. The choice is yours, and I know everyone in this room is going to choose the latter. So thank you. I'm out. We'll see you next week.